See if it works. Oh, okay. That's on the way. So let me see. Okay, Google. Am I live? Okay, Google. Am I live? Holy moly. It actually works. Okay. No time to waste. I don't have any other ideas of gaming stuff because it's too laggy, but yeah, let's go. The Outsiders. Written by S.E. Hinton. We got the 40th anniversary edition from 1967, 67 to 2007. Wow, oh, wow, look at that. Miraculous circumstance. Okay. Might as well read the excerpt for you. We're just getting started. A remarkable story about teenagers for teenagers by a teenager. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, let's let time out. So, it's a remarkable story for teenagers, about teenagers for teenagers, but it was by a teenager? Whoa, my mind is blown. My mind is just blown from the forces of this intelligence. I'm shocked, really. I didn't know teenagers could usually do this, it's kind of a diamond in the rough type of situation, but holy schmoly, this is pretty interesting. Okay. Sometimes they're called hoods. Sometimes greasers. The name changes from place to place, but it doesn't matter. They're the outsiders. Roll credits. The rough, tough, long-haired boys from the other side of town, with little hope for fancy cars and clothes and the good things of American life. This is their story as told by Pony Boy, a greaser with good reason to fear the socks, the more privileged boys, and a witness to the savage baiting that leads his best friends to manslaughter. But The Outsiders is much more than a story of violence and hatred between greasers and socks. It is also a story of loyalty and affection among friends, and the fumbling search by teenagers for personal dignity and a place in the world. Written when S.E. Hinton was just 16 years old, this remarkable book has enjoyed unparalleled popularity since its publication. This special 40th anniversary edition recreates the original jackets and designs of The Outsiders for a new generation. That's deluxe. Alright, let's see, what else? We'll read the last blurb. I don't want to read anything else. Okay. S.E. Hinton wrote The Outsiders at age 16. I wrote it at the right time of life, Hinton says. The feelings you have at 16 you can't recapture. The Outsiders was totally honest. I was living that book. Today, this groundbreaking book has sold more than 13 million copies, and the author says the letters saying I love the book are good. The ones that say I never liked to read before and now I read all the time are better. But the ones that say The Outsiders changed my life frankly scare me. Who am I to change anyone's life? I guess the best reply it's the message, not the messenger. A lot of the time, I feel that The Outsiders was meant to be written, and I was chosen to write it. S. Evenington, recipient of the first management Margaret A. Edwards Awards. Gosh. Margaret A. Edwards Award continues to live in Oklahoma. Okay. The Outsiders transformed young adult fiction from a genre mostly about poems, queens, football players, and high school crushes to one that portrayed a darker, truer world. The New York Times. Designed by Richard M. Browers. Apply to be a member of Penguin Group USA Incorporated. Street, New York, 10014 4. Visit us at www.penguin.com. Printed in USA. Okay. Let's see. What I left off at chapter 5. It's kind of I think it's like 12 chapters, so I was close to reading it earlier this summer. Okay. Let's try one page. I woke up late at night. No, I woke up late in the afternoon. For a second, I didn't know where I was. You know, you know how it is when you wake up in a strange place and wonder where in the world you are, until memory comes rushing over you like a wave. I have convinced myself that I had dreamed everything that had happened the night before. I'm really home in bed, I thought. It's late, both Derry and Soda Pop are up. Derry's cooking breakfast. In a minute, he and Soda will come in and drag me out of bed and wrestle me down and tickle me until I think I'll die if they don't stop. It's me and Soda's turn to do the dishes after we eat. Then we'll all go outside and play football. Johnny and Two-Bit and I will get Derry on our side since Johnny and I are so small and Derry's the best player. It'll go like usual. It would go like the usual weekend morning. Tried telling myself that while I lay on the cold rock floor, wrapped up in Dally's jacket, and listening to the wind rushing through the trees' dry leaves outside. Holy crap. Finally, I quit pretending and pushed myself up. I was stiff and sore from sleeping on the hard floor. But I never slept so soundly. I was still groggy. I pushed off Johnny's jean jacket, which had somehow got thrown across me, and blinked, scratching my head. It was awful, quiet, with just the sound of the rushing wind in the trees. Suddenly, I realized that Johnny wasn't there. Johnny! I called loudly, and that old wooden church echoed me, Ani, Ani. I looked around wildly, almost panic stricken, but then caught sight of some crooked lettering written in the dust of the floor. Went to get supplies. Be back soon, JC. I sighed and went to the pump to get a drink. The waters from it was like liquid ice, and it tasted funny, but it was water. I splashed some on my face, and that woke me up pretty quick. I wiped my face off on Johnny's jacket and sat down on the back steps. The hill the church was on dropped off suddenly about 20 feet from the back door, and you could see for miles and miles. It was like sitting on top of the world. When you haven't got anything to do, you remember things in spite of yourself. I can remember every detail of the whole night, but it had the unreal quality of a dream. It seemed much longer than 24 hours since Johnny and I had met Dally at the corner of the Pickett and Sutton. Maybe Johnny had been gone a whole week and I had just slept. Maybe he had already been worked over by the fuzz and was waiting to get the electric chair since he wouldn't tell where I was. Maybe Dally had been killed in a car wreck or something, and no one would ever know where I was. I'd just die up here alone and turn into a skeleton. My overactive imagination was running away with me again. Sweat ran down my face and back, and I was trembling. My head swarmed, and I leaned back and closed my eyes.
I guess it was partly delayed shock. Finally, my stomach clamped down and I relaxed a little, hoping that Johnny would remember cigarettes. Cigarettes. Gosh, that's good. Oh, give me a second. I'm hold on. Give me a second. I gotta. Gosh. Sorry about the inactivity. I was getting a call. All right, I'm gonna read a couple of pages. I will finish chapter 5 tomorrow, but let me finish off. I forgot where I was. Got distracted from the phone call. Let's see. Yeah, his stomach clamped down. He relaxed a little, hoping that Johnny would remember cigarettes. I was scared sitting there by myself. Okay, let's see. One, two. So we're like half. We'll go halfway. Okay. I heard someone coming up through the dead leaves toward the back of the church, and I ducked inside the door. Then I heard a whistle, long and low, ending in a sudden high note. I knew that whistle well enough. It was used by us and the shepherd gang for "Who's there?" I returned it carefully, then darted out the door so fast that I fell off the steps and sprawled flat under Johnny's nose. I popped myself on my elbows and grinned up at him. "Hey, Johnny, fancy meeting you here." He looked up down at me over a big package. "I swear, pony boy, you're getting to act more like 2-bit every day." I tried unsuccessfully to cock an elbow. Haha, yeah, the funny cock word. Okay. "Who's acting?" I rolled over and sprang up, happy that someone was there. "What'd you get?" "Come on inside." Dally told us to stay inside. We went in. Johnny dusted off a table with his jacket and started taking things out of the sack and lining them up neatly. A week's supply of bologna. Huh. It's not spelled bologna. That's interesting. Okay, bologna, 2 loaves of bread, a box of matches, and yeah, yada yada yada. Johnny went on. I got tired of watching my. I got tired of watching him do it all, so I started digging into the sack myself. Oh, he just says we. He. I sat down on a dusty chair and stared. a paperback copy of Gone with the Wind. Oh yeah, that was a popular book. Huh, pretty interesting. How'd you know I was? How'd you know I always wanted one? Johnny redended, reddened, redeemed, reddened, reddened, yeah, reddened. I remembered you saying something about it once, and me and you went to see that movie. Remember? I thought you could maybe read it out loud and help kill time or something. Gee, thanks. I put the book down reluctantly. I wanted to start it right then. Peroxide, a deck of cards. Suddenly, I realized something. Johnny, you ain't thinking of. Johnny sat down and pulled out his knife. We're gonna cut our hair, and you're gonna bleach yours. He looked at the ground carefully. They'll have our descriptions in the paper. We can't fit 'em. We can't fit 'em. Oh no, my hand flew into my hair. No, Johnny. No, Johnny, not my hair. It was my pride. It was long and silky, just like Soda's, only a little redder. Our hair was tough. We didn't have to use much grease on it. Our hair labeled us greasers, too. It was our trademark, the one thing we were proud of. Maybe we couldn't have Corvairs or Madras shirts, but we could have hair. We'd have to go away, or no, we'd have to go, no, screwed up, hold on. We'd have to anyway if we got caught. You know, the first thing the judge does is make you get a haircut. I don't see why, I said sourly. Dowley could just as easily mug somebody with short hair. I don't know either. It's just a way of trying to break us. They can't really do anything to guys like Curly, Shepard, or Tim. They had everything. They had about everything done to them, and they can't take anything away from. They can't take anything away from them because they don't have anything in the first place. So they cut their hair. Just one more page. I looked at Johnny imploringly. Johnny sighed, I'm gonna cut mine too, and wash the grease out, but I can't bleach it. I'm too dark skinned to look okay blonde. Oh, come on, pony boy, he pleaded. It'll grow back. Okay, I said, wide. Oh yeah, okay, I said wide-eyed. Get it over with. Johnny flipped out the razor edge of his switch. Oh my gosh. Took hold of my hair and started swaying on it. I strutted, not too short, I begged. Johnny, please. Finally, it was over with. My hair looked funny, scattered over the floor in tufts. It's lighter than I thought it was, I said, examining it. Can I see what I look like now? No, Johnny said, slowly staring at me. We gotta bleach it first. After I'd sat in the sun for 15 minutes to dry the bleach, Johnny let me look in the old cracked mirror we'd found in a closet. I did a double take. My hair was even lighter than soda pops. I never combed it to the side like that. It just didn't look like me. It made me look younger and scarier too. Boy howdy, I thought this really makes me look tough. I look like a blasted pansy. I was miserable. Johnny handed me the knife, and he looked scared too. Cut the front and thin out the rest. I'll comb it back after I wash it. Johnny, I said tiredly, you can't wash your hair in the freezing water in this weather. You'll get a cold. He only shrugged. Go ahead and cut it. I did the best I could. He went ahead and washed it anyway using the bar of soap that he bought. Okay. Use the bar of soap that he bought. Okay. That was good. That was good. Nice. Okay. Stop right here. Okay. I'm gonna try to finish the 5th chapter. But yeah, if you're in here, I appreciate you for staying. There will be more of this. Now I just gotta figure out how to end the stream. And get a nice glass of water. That's the thing I go for. Alright, how do you turn this? How do you turn this off? Let's see, hold on. But I appreciate. Then again, okay, it's just this button. Oh yeah, here we go. Do a little song? Nah, we're not gonna do a song. Let's just end it right here. So I'll say, yeah, The Outsiders is a pretty funny book. Seen the movie too, yeah. I know exactly what part of the movie that this is going on, and